Whether you're pre-qualifying or applying for a fix and flip loan, the process is basically the same. Providing timely, complete, and accurate information will greatly increase your chances of being approved and closing fast. In underwriting a fix and flip loan, there are two parts to the transaction: underwriting the borrower and underwriting the property. By reviewing the information in the forms being submitted, we can usually accurately determine the proper lender to submit to. Each lender will have their own application. Whether it is a residential 1003 form, their own application, or an online application. They will also usually have a separate scope of rehab work to be done form. We've created a system that has combined almost every conceivable question and situation into a system. This will speed up the submission and underwriting process. If you're applying for a loan, these are the forms you'll need to complete. The first form you'll fill in is simply referred to as the loan application. It's 2 pages long and is divided into 4 sections: borrower information, work experience, corporate information, specifically referring to the entity that will be purchasing the property, and transaction information. It's very straightforward. The second form is 2 pages long and is referred to as the personal financial statement. The first page is where it will list your assets and liabilities, and where we will determine your personal liquidity and monthly expenses. The second page is where you will list your real estate assets in more detail. The next form is the scope of rehab work to be done. It is a 1-page form where you, a contractor, or someone qualified will list the repair work to be done to the property and the approximate costs. This form, as well as the previous 2, must be completed. The final 2 forms, many borrowers will not be required to complete unless they flipped properties in the past or currently own investment properties. If you've fixed and flipped properties in the past few years, you will need to fill in the completed rehab transactions form. It's a 1-page form and will indicate your recent experience in doing fix and flips. Some lenders only want to deal with people who have experience in doing this. The final form is referred to as the real estate owned form and is for borrowers who own multiple investment properties. The personal financial statement leaves spaces for 3 properties, including your primary residence. So if you own more than 3 properties, you'll need to list them on this form. In terms of other information you'll need to provide to a lender, it can vary. Number 1, you'll need to provide proof of equity or down payment. If you already have money in savings, retirement, IRAs, etc., you'll simply provide statements to document this if you're using this as your source of equity or down payment. Lenders vary as to how many months you'll need to provide. Some will want as many as 3 months, some as little as a current balance that you can pull online on your account and print that daily balance. Number 2, you may have to provide personal tax returns. Not all lenders require this, but many do. Some require 1, some require 2 years personal returns. The purpose is not to see what your income is, but to see if you file your returns. Some lenders also require business returns if you flip properties or own investment properties and own them through a corporation. Number 3, you'll need to provide a copy of your purchase agreement if you already have a contract on the property. Number 4, if you'll be purchasing the property in the name of a corporation or LLC, which most lenders will require, you'll need to provide the articles of incorporation, your bylaws or operating agreement, and corporate resolution. Many lenders will not accept online versions of this. Normally, you can submit a scanned or copied version of the stamped filed documents provided to you by the state. Number 5, you'll need to provide identification such as driver's license and social security card. If you're not a citizen, you'll need to provide evidence of permanent resident alien status. Number 6, if you or your realtor has prepared an investor packet, also please provide this, including photographs of the property. If no investor packet exists, make sure you provide photos of the subject property. We normally will determine within a day the proper lender to submit your transaction to after you submit all the necessary forms, and have it submitted to them the same day. With over 80 lender programs, there's probably an excellent chance there's a program for your financing needs. The individual lenders will want their loan applications filled and signed, but from the forms we'll have you initially complete, we will be able to handle most, if not all, lender questions, and simply send to you for signatures. If it is an online application, we will do a computer screen share as we normally know what the questions are beforehand, so we can complete the process faster. This comprises the vast majority of documents you'll need to provide. Depending on if you're buying an REO, foreclosure, or if it's a short sale, there may be other documents that a bank will provide. Many times, the buyer will initiate having title done on the property to make sure there are no surprises. Surprises are good for birthdays, but not for loans. Again, the whole process is geared for speed and efficiency. If you've not isolated a property and simply want to be pre-qualified to purchase, simply fill out the loan application without filling the last section describing the transaction. You'll also fill out the personal financial statement, and if you've flipped properties in the past or own multiple investment properties, you'll either complete the completed rehab transactions or the real estate owned forms. Thank you for taking a moment to review this brief instructional video on proper submission.